Welcome to today's podcast. I'm Ben Stockwell. Today I'm joined by Sam DeQuilla from Bentley University, who's a senior on the field hockey team. And this year she's serving as the NE10 Student Athlete Advisory Committee co-chair, along with Brendan Destel. Sam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a good day, and excited to chat with you about yourself and your work with the NE10. So first off, you just tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you like to do and what you're all about.
Yeah. Well, you said it. I'm from Bentley. I'm a rising senior on the field hockey team. I'm excited to be the co-chair for the NE10 SAAC. And in my free time, obviously, I play a lot of field hockey and just like working out, going for runs. But I also love to travel. I just got back from studying abroad last semester in Italy. Unfortunately, got a little cut short, but I definitely enjoyed my time while I was there. And I look forward to traveling again when I can soon.
That's awesome. That must have been an amazing
Yeah.
experience to get out there. And so, did you have to come back right at the beginning of March then, when everything kind of started going, shutting down?
I was actually on spring break, so we were away from Italy and we were kind of just hopping around, hoping the borders of Italy would open back up. But as we all know, they never did. So I ended up coming home from like Portugal or something like that and leaving my stuff behind. But, everyone was very accommodating, so I was lucky.
Oh, that's good. That is good. Um, Thankfully, you're back. And you're ready for your senior year.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bentley, what made you choose going to Bentley?
Um, so I felt like that Bentley was a very good balance between academics and athletics because athletics have always been like a huge part of my life. Like growing up, I've played a bunch of sports, so I knew that that was very important to me. But Bentley also has like a very high focus on academics. I know my coach has always been academics are always our priority, and she really looks for everyone on our team to be a part of the academic success. So I know I can use my teammates as like people to bounce off of for academics and also people to like strive for the best athletically. So it was just a great environment for me to be a part of. And I also love the proximity to Boston. So there's a lot of job opportunities there. And Bentley's career services really sets you up well, like post graduation. So obviously you go to college to get a job. So that was also a big part of me going there.
Makes sense. Some great answers. For you, you're co-chair right now with Brendan. How did you first get involved in SAC, on a school level? And, what have you really enjoyed about your experiences with it so far?
So SAC's actually gone like pretty far back for me. I actually founded it in my high school. So it was like my sophomore year of high school when I went up to my athletic director and I had heard about like colleges doing it. And I was like, why don't we do that? Like, I feel like we never communicate with the other conferences. So it kind of started there and it like grew throughout my Southwestern Conference in high school. So then when I got to Bentley and I saw they had a SAC, I like immediately talked to my coach. I was like, no one on our team is on SAC. Like, can I be our representative? Like, I know I'm a freshman, but so kind of started from there. And I just love getting involved, like outside of just the athletics. Like, I love to see everything that's going on in the athletic department. So kind of just grew from there. And now I'm the president at my school. And we're just trying to do, I know we're all far apart right now, but trying to do as much as we can and just organized a virtual 5K over the summer for first responders. My sister's a nurse. My cousin is a EMS driver, so definitely hits home. So just doing the things we can, and it's been great that I still have the opportunity to lead, even though with all this going on and we're far apart. So great way to do that.
For someone, I mean, that's a long time to be involved in SAC. For someone who hasn't really, heard about it much, because I think there's a lot of pockets where you might not hear, students may not hear about it. What would you say to them? What would be your elevator pitch about, why they should get involved or how it could help them, you know, as a stepping stone for something later on in their career?
Yeah, so I know like in your own sport, sometimes you feel like you're in that bubble, and it's really a great way to like open up your community. So now I can understand like what's going on in all of the other sports, and then we figure out ways to connect with one another. And like later in life at a job, it's all about like your network, getting to know people. So I'm just expanding my network across Bentley with people that I may have never interacted with. I get involved with like administration, which is really cool. Then I even get to sit down in SAAC, and we got lunch with my school's president. So I was one-on-one with my president, which I feel like you could never do. So it's just a way to like make more connections, and then you're also able to come up with ideas to make your community better. So SAAC is very involved in trying to find ways to give back to the community service, and then also just planning like those fun events for athletes to try and get to know each other better and like spend time together, whether it's like all going to a football game and playing like cornhole before, just like the little things. So yeah, definitely building a community and a network for later on in life.
Now, for you, what is your major, and then what are you hoping to do, with it when you graduate?
I'm a finance major and a computer information systems minor, and I actually just finished up a summer working at Citizens Bank virtually, and I was lucky enough that internship still went on, first of all, and I just accepted a full-time offer there for their commercial banker development program. So I'm looking forward to that, starting my career there.
Congratulations on that. It's a great way to start your senior year, knowing that you have a job to go to.
Yeah, it definitely kind of takes the pressure off.
Yeah, for sure. With that, what would you say is, one of the best classes you've taken, at Bentley? You seem to really have enjoyed your experience there so far.
So first I went in actually just thinking I was going to be marketing, and then Bentley kind of makes you take all of the core business classes. So it kind of introduced me to finance and like a basic of finance, and that's where I learned to like that. And then I actually took a CIS class, which is like not something that I ever thought I would do. I never thought I was really the techie type of person. And it was called World Wide Web, and it was just kind of like the basics of all like computer science is what you learned about. And at the end, you were able to code a website. So it was like really cool to see the immediate results of you typing out code and then actually seeing a website that you made. So it was kind of like the most useful class I've ever taken. I can like apply it to things. I know I applied it to a few internships I had. So it was something I never thought that I would do or learn about. And I just thought it was a great experience. So.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a pretty cool class, and that's definitely not easy to do for sure. Moving on to just talking about more kind of the athletic side of things. Obviously you've been with your teams. You're a senior. What's one word you think your teammates would use to describe you?
I try and be a leader on our team. I think my class is actually one of the smallest of all of us. There was 5, one person transferred, and now we actually got a softball player on our team that just joined, so we're back up to 5. But I try and be there for people. Like I'd like to see myself as dependable. A lot of the younger girls look up to me. I feel like I worked very hard to get my spot on this team. I wasn't exactly the cookie cutter player. I never really went to those big tournaments in Florida, so I kind of got on in the team a different way. My coach in high school used to coach at Assumption in NE10, so she kind of got on the phone with my coach now and was like, listen, I think she would be a great player. She didn't do those tournaments, but if you could come out to a game, we would really appreciate that. And the rest is history. I was the last person recruited, and I kind of just worked as hard as I could in high school. So it's not something that I ever thought I would make it to, but I'm extremely grateful that I got here. So I like to show that hard work ethic can pay off. So I just like to be someone for the younger players to look up to, because you might not get the most playing time when you're younger. And I know I didn't get that a lot of my freshman and sophomore year, but my coach saw how hard I've worked, and I got most improved player, started scoring goals, and It's definitely a ladder that I'm climbing, and it may have taken a little longer than other people, but I'm glad that I finally made it.
Yeah, for sure. Now, for you and in your field hockey team, what would you say your best sports moment at Bentley has been so far?
I would say at Adelphi when we won in double overtime. It was kind of just like a rainy, dreary day. We were in like a rut of losing a bunch of games. They were ranked number one, and it just really brought our team back. Like that win was just like the start of our roller coaster going up, and like it really just started an adrenaline, and it was a long bus ride home after that, and it could either go terribly or go great, and it was just definitely a fun thing to be a part of, and it just started like an upward battle, and like we were really in like a bad rut, so it was just a great feeling to like know that you could do it, and that you just have to be determined, hard work, and the ranking doesn't matter. Like I feel like a lot of the teams that we play pretty even playing field, so it's kind of just the attitude that you go in with, and we just came with the right attitude and mindset that day, and that's how you get put on top. So I'm looking forward to the spring. I'm really hoping we get to play and show them who's boss. It's our year.
Yeah, it definitely was a tight year in the NE10 last year. There were so many close games, and just within all of the top teams, which was really fun to see. Anyone could win on a given night. For you, you mentioned that obviously, COVID becoming a huge thing, and really stopping in-person classes was big for you, especially being not in the United States. Over that span, are there any TV shows or books that you've really gotten attached to or really enjoyed?
I actually have one right here. Let's see. My coach had our whole team read The Coffee Bean, and it's really short, but it was kind of just a message of like how you can't let your environment change you. Like when an egg goes in boiling water, it turns hard boiled, and it means that like when you're in a harsh environment, the water kind of just completely changed the egg. It hardened, you created this shell around you, and you're kind of angry with everything that's going on. And a coffee bean, when it goes in boiling water, it just changes into something maybe even better than it was before. It turns into coffee. So it was just learning about how you can't let your environment change you into a negative person. You kind of need to learn from it and grow from it and maybe turn into something even better before. My coach has been kind of reading things with us and watching TV shows. So it's a great way to connect as a team and kind of create that positive spirit even though we're not playing. So I appreciate her doing that for us.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge for you guys. And final question really here. What are your favorite places to eat? Either maybe one, in Waltham area and one near home. What's your favorite place to eat? And then what's your go-to food for that?
Oh, I haven't been in Waltham in a while, so I need to think. At home, I actually just went. It was just my 21st birthday 2 days ago, and every single year we go to hibachi. So it was definitely a little different because we couldn't sit inside this year, but I still got some hibachi to go.
Nice.
So I love getting that every year on my birthday. Waltham. I know we talked about this before. There's Moody Street in Waltham, which is just kind of a strip of a whole bunch of different restaurants. And there's a place called Margaritas, which is a Mexican restaurant on the water. And I just love like the vibes there. It's like really good Mexican food. It's right on the river, so it's really pretty at night with like all of the lights and stuff. So definitely like going there.
Nice. Well, I think that's really all the questions I have for you. So Sam, I want to thank you for joining today's podcast, and I hope you have a great day and a great start to the school year.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to talking to you soon.